Hello, my name is Susan Ashley, and today I'm speaking to you from a park in Luxembourg. I've got the trees in front of me just to keep the sun out of my eyes, because I was going to do the video with sunglasses on, but I just felt that was really inappropriate. So I'd like to share with you today another one of my alien experiences. However, before I do, I wanted to take this opportunity to really ask you to like, subscribe and share my videos. And the reason for this is partly to do with YouTube restrictions, etc., but also because I want this message to get out. I want people who have had these sort of experiences to understand that it's actually relatively normal. A lot of people are having these experiences, and the more that they hear about it, the less fear they're going to feel around it. And it's my understanding that the less fear that we have as a collective, the quicker those beings will be able to come and support us in our evolution on the planet. I'm talking about the good ones here. So really, let's help everyone to let go of the fear and to really, embrace the fact that there are other beings that are willing to heal us and support us and help us in our evolution. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I have a workshop on at the end of July, the last weekend of July, Saturday and Sunday. I am doing a channeling on the Saturday at 6 p.m. and the channeling, and there'll be an activation afterwards, and the concept is manifestation versus creation. This is going to be powerful. Last year we did activation of the abundance plane, and I know from that activation that a lot of you started businesses, became more abundant and less fearful about what you wanted to create and how you wanted to create. And some of you just took a leap and did what you've been wanting to do for years, which I'm really, really proud of. And some of you are still on your way, but you have been releasing your resistance a lot easier. And that's really good too. But now we're going to notch it up. We're going to go to the next level. We're going to go from manifestation to creation, and that's going to power pack you. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then on the Sunday, I am doing a workshop that it's all about crystal gridding. Now, what you need to understand about crystals, they are active, empowered little beings. And just think about this for a moment. When you want to create something, if you have a group of people that are supporting you in that creation, how much easier is it for you? A lot easier than everyone going, oh no, you can't do it, oh no, that's a silly idea. When you've got people who really want to help you, that actively join the energy with you so that you can reach success, you're on a winner. And that's what this workshop is all about. It's about creating, cleansing, activating and creating crystals to, now I've got a little, what is it called, a tractor going past me in the park. Can you believe? With a generator on it. They're probably going to do some sort of function here. So excuse the noise. Oh, now he's going to beep to get some kid out of the way. So excuse the noise. Anyway, so what I was saying was, if you have a group of people now, if you learn to create a grid that empowers what it is that you desire, I'm telling you, it will happen. And what we're going to do in that workshop is look at crystals in a completely different way to the way that we have. I've been working with crystals for over 35 years. I used to teach them over 30 years ago in Sydney, and I used to do grids for a lot of the big crystal places in Sydney, in the mountains, in Glebe, in the Argyle Arts Centre in Sydney. Some of you know that, would remember that crystal place. I would do the grids for them to stop people from almost passing out and getting headaches when they'd go into the shops to look at the crystals. So I'm a bit of an expert on crystals in a lot of ways, and I'd love to share that expertise with you and get you moving on how to create a grid. Grids for healing, grids for creating what you want, grids for the planet, grids for your house. You can use them for everything. And I think it's a really good thing to learn how to do. And we're also going to cover that day about your chakra system and how to activate and cleanse those utilising crystals. So that's going to be a fun-packed workshop. Now let's get on to this experience. So the 12th of the 8th, 2012 was the day that a vortex was awakened, an old vortex was reawakened by a group of 13 individuals, and it had been closed in the time of Atlantis, and it was reawakened on that date to facilitate the movement of the consciousness, and particularly for those part of the first wave, to move into 5D, and to help those in the second wave to then move into 5D. So that was the awakening of the 5D, that vortex. Now, how do I know about that? Well, partly because my guides, you know, what they've been telling me and the aliens have been telling me, but also because I went to, more importantly, I went to a workshop that Drumbelow Melchizedek runs called Living in the Heart. A very powerful workshop for me in Slovenia a few years before that, and he mentioned that date and that vortex and what was going to happen as a result of it. And when he did, I immediately knew that I was one of the 13, and I kept it to myself, obviously, and I actually forgot about it. Anyway, I normally, on my birthday, I'm in Croatia. We've got a little bit of land there with a cabin on it, and then a smaller cabin that Yanni and I sleep in that's sort of like in the trees. And so we were there. It was 4 a.m. in the morning of the 12th, and we all woke up because we had visitors in the main cabin. We all woke up with the sound of this really powerful wind, and we all got a bit of a shock and thought, oh my God, what's that wind? It's like a hurricane coming towards us. You know, are we going to lose the house? Blah, blah, blah. But then it just suddenly stopped. And I said to Yanni, well, I really need to pee, so I'm going to get up and go out the back to pee. I'm not going to go down to the cabin. So I went out the back and left my scent there for the planet. And then I was walking back to the cabin. And as I was walking back, a beam of light came over my body. And it was a circumference of about 2.5 meters radius. And I started, this light was humming. And my body started humming and resonating with this light. And there was just this humming going through me like this. And then I started lifting off the ground. So they were basically teleporting me into a ship. And as I was about probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the ground, my feet, I wasn't afraid. I was completely calm. One of them telepathically said to me, we want you to come with us. And I understood from that statement they wanted me to go with them in the craft and not to come back to planet Earth. So I said, well, I will go, but only if my husband Yanni can come and we can go pick up my son. You know, I'm a Leo, I love my family, I'm not going to leave them behind. So they said, no, we only want you to come. And I said, well, I can't come without my husband for sure. So I sort of knew that if I left, I wouldn't be able to contact people. You know, like if I died, I've been through near-death experience and nearly dying a couple of times in this lifetime. So I know that I'm quite comfortable that if I die, then I can go back in spirit and help my son and my husband and the people that I love and care for. So that's not really an issue for me. But in this case, it was an issue because I realised that I may not be able to communicate with those that I care about. So I went back in, and then I felt this real grief. When they put me down and I was going back into the cabin, I felt this deep grief. And the grief was this. Remember I told you about the time they took me underground and they performed an operation on me, and I said, oh, there was more to it than I thought. Well, what I believe is they took some of my eggs, and I believe that my children were on that craft, and that's why I was mourning, I was grieving, and I felt like I lost the opportunity to meet my children, and it really hurt me. For several years I would say, did I do the right thing? I really regretted not going. Maybe I could have made them bring me back or something like this, but yeah, I really regretted it. Anyway, I fell asleep for 16 hours, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm a very light sleeper and I don't sleep that long. Yanni did try to wake me, but he couldn't wake me. So basically what happened was I left my body. My body was just on the bed in a comatose state, and I was somewhere else helping with this vortex. So that was very interesting. And then after that, I have felt like I'm sort of half there and half here, which is kind of odd. And I know that I'm in tune with the collective consciousness, and it's my mission to move that collective consciousness as quickly as I can by being in connection with people around me. I don't think it comes from like negativity. I think it comes from positivity. And what I've been told and what I've been sharing is the fact that we have all been in a mode of uncreating for many, many years. There's big programs out there, and uncreating means to go into guilt, to go into grief like I was and have many times, to go into anger, regret, envy, jealousy. All of these things are placing you in a process of uncreating, and this frequency of creation is bursting open at the moment, and the more that we understand that, more we can ride that vibration and ride that wave. And that's what I want to share with you at the end of July. And so if you're interested, then you can go to my website, lovelightandtruth.com, and you'll probably see it there when I put it up, or you can send me an email through the website, or, you know, those that know me know my personal email, you can send me an email. And I'm really looking forward to co-creating with you, and we are going to, on the Crystal Workshop, everyone's going to focus on their own individual thing that they wish to create in their life, and we will do a grid specifically for that. And we'll empower it some, you know. When you have a group together, particularly with those grids, it amplifies it even more. So, you know, I'm very excited about this, and I can't wait to start it. And I'm really sorry I haven't been putting much up, but, you know, I've been traveling a lot since I got here. It's been a bit, there's been a lot going on internally, externally, traveling, adjusting. So I'm really, really sorry that I haven't been in continuous contact, but I'm hoping that'll change now. Okay? Nanu, nanu. Have a fantastic day.